like to give an impression that the moderator didn't even allow us to have some tea. Nepal Internet Governance Forum 2017. We are going to have a session, and I would like to welcome all of the people who are present here. We will be running this session regarding ccTLD for more than just 1 hour at most. We'll be talking about internet domain name, and in order to do so, we have experts working in this field who are equally experienced by various ways. I am also somewhat like you, who has a lot of inquisitive nature. My name is Pravesh Suvedi. I am affiliated with a newspaper. Since I am also a news journalist in IGF, uh, I was requested to do the moderation in this program, but my understanding of the subject matter is a little weak. However, despite this, I've been working in this field of internet environment from last 11 years, and I've been learning many things about this. Now we're going to move forward. We have our panelists, Ishwari Sarma. I would like to request him to come in front. After that, Hempal Shrestha. Suraj Adhikari. And I would like to request Mr. Samiran Gupta from ICANN also as a panelist. We had a session about socio-technological session, and this session might be a little more technical. That is why I want this to be short and sweet, so that you don't have to stay there despite not willing to stay there. In order to provide user-friendly access to internet, domain name was introduced, and it was a big achievement. Users could utilize the complicated system very easily. As a result of this, and this was done after the introduction of domain name, this facilitated a lot, and we have been able to experience this. The general top-level.com.org are the domains who have their dominance now, and in my personal experience, we have this general understanding that domain means .com, and side by side, working as a regulatory body is ICANN, which advocates that the identity of country should also be reflected upon. That's why country code base level top level domain was introduced by it. Generic domain was of 3 digits, whereas top level domain was reduced to 2 digits extension. The short and memorable and less confusing practices and its direct correlation with its efficiency is also respected. So there is a big market of country level domain, and side by side from 2010, Latin script-based domain in internet, that is in English only. The trend we had in which the websites were named only in English, IDN, Internationalized Domain Name, was also introduced for the first time in 2010 by Russia. It was first done by Russia in Russian language, and after its use, languages like Nepali, Newari, Bhojpuri, Hindi can also be used to prepare domain names, considering the regulatory and technical aspects as well. So by putting forward this background, I would like to move forward and talk about GTLD. We're not going to talk about this. We will be talking about ccTLD, country code specific domain name, and how is Nepal using it. What are the advantages we've been able to get? What are the advantages we are not being able to take? And what are the challenges that we are facing? So we'll be discussing about this. Since this is quite new to Nepal, we have to discuss a little bit about IDN as well, International Domain Name. So we have experts who have had long experience in these fields who are in front of you. I would like to give a brief introduction and what was their involvement in ccTLD and IDM, what were the experiences that they were able to extract. I would like to request them to put forward the background and a short introduction of them. And lastly, I'd like to invite at the last Mr. Samiran Gupta. So I would like to start with him first.
I'm actually, I've just come into Kathmandu this afternoon to join the session. And I'm glad that, we are talking about ccTLDs and IDNs. So as we heard moments ago, the reason the we are, I mean, the internet is moving towards ccTLDs or more use of IDNs. The key reason is the number of English-speaking people who use the internet.
Sorry, I will come back again. I just want to know your introduction and your background with that. Just
okay.
Professional background.
All right. Okay, that's easy. that okay. So I'll start again. My name is Samiran Gupta, and I work with ICANN. I've been with them for almost 3 years. I'm the head for India, and we are working on the IDN program in India as well as supporting ccTLD activities there.
Thank you.
Dhanyavad. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Himpal Shrestha. Talking about me, I work as a ICT for development. I initiated my journey in the development sector, social development sector, as a tech person around in 2004-5. My basic focus was how to integrate ICT into development initiative at the grassroots level, building the communities of practice. So that was it. Talking about internet governance, internet from the very initial days, it has been fascinating to see how it is transforming the lives and how it can be used well. So I did my fellowship with Diplo on internet governance and was representing Nepal as an IGF ambassador in 2009 and 2011 in the IGF. Talking about the IDN and the ccTLD, had been a good user. One of the objective is how the technology can.
I'll come back with objective.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. It's been pleasure and honor to be here. Well, my name is Ishwari Prasad Sharma. I have been working in IT industry for the last 15 years. I have been working around this domain name services for almost like 7 to 8 years. And as of now, I have been working in a telco operator in Ansel. I have been a founder member of ISOC and being an initiative of IGF from 2008 and 9. That was an initial stage, and we are almost to it's a one kind of a success story. We are here right now, and hopefully we'll discuss more on the topic.
Thank you, Professor. My name is Suraj Adhikari. I belongs to .NP CCTLD in Nepal. I started my job from approx 2000. It's been a long period, and still I'm working on the same company. That company is Mercantile, is a private organization, and ISP is the very first ISP of Nepal, who introduced different ICT services like internet, email, website. ccTLD is one and only ccTLD registry in Nepal, so I belongs to that company. Besides this, I belong to Internet Society, ISAC Nepal, and some other social organizations. Thank you.
थ्याङ्क यू हामीसँग रमेश कोइराला सर पनि आउनु भएको छ म उहाँलाई पनि स्टेजमा आइदिन अनुरोध गर्दछु किनभने सरकारी सेक्टरबाट रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्ने बढी
Ramesh sir, can you please briefly give your introduction as well as your involvement? Namaste to all of you. I would like to prefer Nepali instead of English. So I'm working in GITC, Data Center of Nepal, which is also called National Information Technology Center. I used to work as system administrator. Now I've been promoted, so now I'm working as assistant director. So my work is, just now you talked about ccTLD. Mercantile is working it. We have .gov.np. This is running through us. We have been registering it, and we have kept business servers. So in past we've had 3, now we have 2. We had 2, now we have 3. Because since internet would be interrupted if the DNS would be not be there, that's why we have been working in this. So this is what I have to say for my introduction as of now. Mercantile Communication has been working in Nepal despite being a private company in Nepal, and internationally the non-profit making organization have been managing ccTLD, but in case of Nepal, a private company, Mercantile, has been managing this. And Suraj Adhikari, who has been working with them for quite a long time, ccTLD.com.np, the domains like these, what is the skill up to which these are used? I would like to request him to talk briefly about the current use of these domains in Nepal. Thank you, Pravesh. Actually, the ccTLD or domain, whenever we discuss about this, I think this kind of discussion is for the first time. That's why I would like to thank Nepal IGF for providing us this platform to discuss about ccTLD, because I haven't found discussions about ccTLD. Because if it had happened in Nepal, then we would have been invited. So it has a glorious history. We talked about this IGF forum, which is very much linked with internet. So when it comes to internet and how to use it, until and unless the identity is addressed, nothing can happen. So in internet also, identity is required. If we talk about our individual identity, then people ask, where is your house? Similarly, in internet also, without domain or the IP address related with domain, then the identity becomes meaningless and internet cannot function. That's why we initiate a very important thing. And its scenario, if you ask me, we have around 57,000 total domain ccTLD with us. This is a very recent and latest data, and the majority registration is done by commercial houses, and 41,000 plus is in .com extension. And after this, the organization, which is like non-profit type organization, and this extension is 7,000 plus. And in third number, it is ADO. It has 5,000 plus in number. And after that, there are other extensions in government also. It's around only 2,400 ccTLD registered from government side. So scenario is like this. Just like you said, the scenario is reflects very much on what a layman would say about .com only. Our internet our internet structure having 57,000 domain is quite large in number considering the size of the country. And since it does not have any data in top level domain, what I would like to claim is that whatever use that we have seen, it is mostly ccTLD, and it is in increasing scenario. The pattern is increasing. You said 57,000 domain are registered. From my understanding, whatever domain are registered, their popularity use is less. It is available to them for free, and it need not be renewed every year. That's why people, they want to at least reserve one domain for themselves. That is why these large number of domains are registered. This is my personal view. You said that we have popular majority sites, the business sites and news portals. News portals are mostly popular in Nepal. For social media, we don't have any local means. But if you look into other aspects, we see that ccTLD share is very weak. But when it comes to registration, the number is seen to be large. And when you say that we made lots of progress and say that we have so large number, I don't agree with you in this, because most number of users are the government organizations, the service providers, hosting companies. How many might be? For their ease, they might even reserve some domains. News portal sites, they already have NP with them because they get it for free. It's a marketing tool. It's for free. You can use local bandwidth, local content can be put. So considering all these, it cannot be compared with ccTLD or .np. I had gone through Nepal police report. They want all of the websites carrying public importance. They want it to be ccTLD. And if you look at other scenarios of other countries, they want to promote their own domain, their local content. Even if you look at India, they have started IDN. And if you look at China also, majority of the people, they use ccTLD. So the thing which you have said is not based upon any findings or research. So if you say it's your personal perception, then it's fine. How do you look into what Suraj has said? You have gone to community level as well. Domain.np. How is its popularity? How are people taking this? So news portal or business portal are only running by registering .np only. The possibility that you see in GTLD, do you see equal possibility in it as well? I would like to look into it from another angle. In context of GTLD, first of all, we don't have access because how to pay the money? Every year it has to be renewed, and where to go to? From where will we pay for it? We won't get it for free. It's not like Gmail or Yahoo email addresses. But the problem lies in the very first step in GTTLD and GLD. We're trying to adjust it. That's a that's a different part, and it's the very first step. And every year, 10, 12, 30, or $40 or $80, we are paying for it. How we are paying it, that's a different case. I agree with Surji in one case in regards. We have to thank Mercantile, no doubt about that. There has been some technical difficulties, but that's a different part. But as of now, it's been around 22 years now. For 22 years, they have brought this service in Nepal. Yes, technical requirement is posed by them. That is definitely important. Where I would like to link my subject is that in order to provide technology to each and every people, we have to use the steps to reach it to it. And while doing so, we have to first make it available and then manage it and also provide it in a popular way. So you're also in his party, in his side. It's fine. I would like to hear response from.
ccTLD domain, but other countries are government and in some cases non-profit making organizations are having. But what is the policy that allowed I can to have this kind of service for private sector in Nepal from Samiran?
I think you asked me the toughest question that's going to be asked all afternoon. The straight answer, I'll be honest and tell you, I have no clue. But let me tell you that this is not the first time that a private sector company is running. There are other ccTLDs. I think the issue is your country code top level domain is a sovereign kind of product. All right. And it is up to the sovereign nation to decide who runs it. So ICANN is only provisioning it, and then you are deciding how to run it. Now, if it is run properly, there's no issue that we will raise. So,
okay, thank you. If so, additionally, what is the Indian experience in terms of popularity of ccTLD?
so India started with the .in, and for the longest time it was kind of plateaued at 2 million users. It started going up now. I'm not going to say whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, but you don't need to be an Indian entity to use .in. Okay. There are views on this, so I will not get into that part of it. Now we have something called .bharat, which is a ccTLD IDN, okay, which for the longest time, for maybe 2 years since, or 3 years almost since it has been launched, there was not much activity. But of late, some activity has started. There are email IDs now being available. So a company in India has started using the .bharat extension to provide email service in various scripts in India. Just as an example.
Thank you. I think introduction of ccTLD was definitely cultural issues. We sometimes say cultural hegemony, and internet should not be like that. In practical life, do we really think so? Do our users, when they surf through the their own country-based domain, do they feel proud? यो चाहिँ मैले हाम्रो इम्फाल सहरबाट अलिकति एक्सपिरियन्स
Add to it is that initially there should not be any autonomous city when it comes to knowledge. There should not be ownership towards knowledge. Knowledge exists in all communities and all people. And from last 20 to 25 years, from 1990s to 1920s, internet has become such a medium in which every kind of reflection exists there. What kind of things a community wants to learn, what are the innovations that they introduce. All these are reflected upon in internet. Previously it used to seen in newspapers or radio or in television, and also in television, but its reflection is internet. So for whom is this internet? Only for those people who understand English. Those people who understand English. Finished. So the knowledge is so a concept was developed by creating a mechanism to confine or capture these knowledge. So this is the scenario. And ccTLD is one step ahead of this. .com.org or whatever generic top level domain we have. We don't have access to it. Yes, I say that we don't have access to it. The way we have been doing it, but still, if you ask me, we don't have knowledge, we don't have access to it. But when it comes to knowledge, ccTLD is a big new step. Earlier, Samiran also told that one sovereign country, whatever country it might be, they have the authority to have their decisions. I am interrupting you here. This is a theoretical and policy level aspect, but from user's perspective, .np domain website, does he feel pride when he say that I'm using this website? What I feel is that if I would be able to get to read contents in Nepali language, then inner satisfaction is 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 beyond comparison. Especially if you say Newari, Nepali, Maithili, Wikipedia. Wikipedia is in Nepali. There are around 80,000 articles in it. If you get to read it, then you can say that people can use it. Whether ccTLD is there or not, that's a different part. But it will definitely motivate users. So instead of really struggling to read in English, it's much easier if you can study in your own national language. Now I'm gonna slightly move to the participants to raise few questions based upon the subjects which has been raised in the platform or which has been told by the panelists. If you have, then you can ask our panelists. Namaste, I'm Sahajman Shrestha, Freedom Forum. I'm a media person. NP and .com.org.gov and issues related with it. And we also heard about sovereignty. We also knew about emotional attachment. What I say in this is that when I'm staying in Nepal, if I get quick results from NP, it's the best thing. Fast and easy access. That's the best option for me. But if NP service is complicated, and if you have to enter on different areas before using it, then I won't be using it. But if I get NP for free, then I won't have to pay for it as well. So the problem in Nepal is that if a private organization does anything good, then we try to pull their legs down. And we keep on yelling at government personnel. And also say that the businessmen, they bribe the bureaucrats and they take advantage of it. So this kind of mentality should be removed, and let's have maximum use of MP. Anybody else? Namaste, I'm Ramkrishna Pariyar. Technically speaking, I am in SSR2 team, security starting team. I want to ask a question. I didn't see any responsible person from government. Ramesh sir is here. This is the best option that we have from the government side, so let's assume him to be the person. Suresh sir has already said that 57,000 domains are already there. But .mp is giving to the users free of cost by Mercantile. This is an absolutely brilliant thing, but day-to-day maintenance work, if you look at it, it's very poor. Whichever bank, whichever interface company, they never use this to have local fetching or local site. So how does Nepali community look into it? Is Mercantile taking money? Should Mercantile take money and reform it? We have lots of technical experts. So should they be willing to take that help? So who's going to look into it? So based on what you've said, so if the users are having some complications in order to get service, please be clear on what you're saying. Users don't have any complications. Main part is security. I'm stopping you here because I will be coming back into the part again after a certain time. We have representative of DOIT, so I would like to welcome them as well. It's an honor to have you in this discussion. Now I have almost lost my hope. So let's keep a very short question, okay? Namaste, my name is Rupesh Shrestha. I would like to add something to what Ramkrishna said. Impal also said, Mercantile has been giving this service for free, but nothing is free. Basically, the cost is there, but Mercantile is taking its burden. Ramkrishna ji also said that more or less certain things are lacking in the service providing, and internationally also what we see is that we have register and registrar. Register is done by Mercantile, and registrar network should be created. For .com, you have to go to the GoDaddy and all other stuff. So a network has to be created, and also in the registry, if it's the matter of money, perhaps we will be discussing about it later on as well. Maybe whatever services Mercantile have said, we should be thankful to them, and we should even have a ceremony to congratulate or thank them as well. But this has to go through a professional structure or have taken care professionally. If Mercantile is not being able to do that, we will be glad to help Mercantile in and work as a registry for that. But it has to take some professional structure. And register should also have a network and immediately register ml.nb within a click of a button. Within 5 minutes, .nb should be registered. Then everybody will register in .nb. Now I would like to link into the other session as well. Don't worry, you will get your turns. I thought that I might be the only person singled out. I am the only one who is criticizing Mercantile. Mercantile is doing extremely well. People are saying all these things, but I am quite happy that from the participant side, I am getting some support. Now I'm moving towards security and trust. No matter how much we boast about infrastructure, we are still lacking behind. I had gone to Ramesh sir's office. I had gone there to write news, but I didn't feel like writing news. He asked me to go and meet the director general because more or less I knew what he would say, because the 54 government websites which they are hosting, there it includes defense ministry Science and Technology Ministry as well as other sensitive ministries are there, and they were hacked on the same day. All of the ministries' websites were hacked on the same day, and it is a matter of utmost concern for us. I'm not going to talk about that only, but the available resources that we have. Are we are we assured when it comes in regards of security? Are we secured in these departments? I would like to request Isori sir to put forward certain views regarding this. Thank you, Pravesh ji. Basically, I had also spent some time in .mp in Mercantile. It worked as a backdoor for HD service, and I had taken the responsibility to do so. I worked until 2009, and it's been almost like 7 or 8 years. So I don't know about the gaps that are happening there regarding the upgrades as well. But basically, if I look into it, it's related to the bind. When we talk about DNS server, under which is it operating? It is operating in bind. I'm getting a little technical. All of the audiences might not have the technical knowledge. So try to simplify it. I will try to simplify it as much as possible. So bind is like an open source, and the patches are coming. We have to upgrade it version, whether its version is upgraded or not. The technical team of that place will know it. But from a day-to-day perspective, as a system and version upgrading package is utmost important for security. And the second thing is how can we secure it? One level of security measure was carried out when I was there, in which the server was hidden, in redundancy parts were also explored, and all these were there at that time. And if you look into other parts from security aspect, firewall and different ports is already there. Since we have less time, so I have to make people understand about this, right? So from considering that aspect, mercantile is doing good, but based on what Ram sir said, definitely there need to be changes. Something has to be done. It's not a big deal as well. The local system administrators can do that, but they need certain guidance. And side by side, in DNS, there is DNSSEC, which involves transaction and transfers as well, and it's been implemented worldwide. So we have to focus in this roadmap as well. And in one level, I guess the work is also being carried out regarding the upgrades. If they need certain guidance or help, we should help them. And another thing, on Rupeshji's question, I agree with what Rupeshji said, especially about prioritizing .mp. Mercantile in 1994, 1995, in order to buy domain, how much did they have to pay for it? The Mercantile took it as a social responsibility. Please forgive me. We have already praised Mercantile, so no matter how much we thank them, it won't be enough. So as a system expert, I'm asking you, is the system that we have currently right now, is it world class 100% secure? Let alone the matter of money. In order to buy .np and .np, am I equally secured or not? Can I 100% trust this or not? Are we in that level or not? If you look into that environment, the chances of having hooking in the domain level or any major incidents also has not taken place in that. If it has happened like that, then I would like to apologize. But many of the websites are also hosted because of these domain issues, and we've been hearing lots of questions and issues raised about this. So it definitely exists, so we need to address it. So you can use this domain easily. That's the conclusion. Now I would like to know about the user's experience. I would share my own experience as well, but
day only. I just want to add this up. For 7 days, I'm starting a news portal which will last for 7 days. This will be the first experience for Nepal. So instantly, like it will be, for instance, some for certain time, 5 days or for 7 days. Can someone take the domain for sometimes only for some time? So I saw that the it is not effective, that Mercantile is not able to give this domain for only few days. So if you have anyone has any comment, please. Okay, 2 people. Please make it short. Thank you so much. My question is for international university website, we can see only college name .edu only. But for college in Nepal, .edu.np, we are not able to get .edu. So how can we take initiative to take that only .edu? So if I can get answer from Ramesh sir, that would be very nice. And I have a domain called with .np. So can I get it? So if I can reduce the number, then I can igf.np, whether I can do it igf.np or not. I have a site, so that's my second question. My question is, I'm concerned about the security. Unless the user have the trust, either it's a bank or private company, .com.np or np, or only mentioning np, they cannot run their business. The reason for it is because of the security issues. If there is some small problem, if it has to be modified in DNS, but who will look into it? Whether it's a private company, it hasn't paid the money. So, which is the concerned department? That is a very big problem. But generally, what I want to say is that as a ICANN stability, uh, I'm working closely in it. I'm still working on it. So free of nothing is of free of service. We need accuracy, we need security, and still what I want to say conclude is that take money but give me a proper service. That's the conclusion remark. I just want to add, uh, we are focused too much on that NP of Mercantile. There is beautiful initiative taken by IDN. If Samarin can say something about IDN, what's happening in that segment. Uh, Second is, I'll give one perspective. When I try to register edu and .np, they asked me for the tax clearance, so I had to fight for that. So we need lot of document to get registered. That is the problem that I faced. And another perspective, smallest business perspective is, and if we are not able to use .np properly, then what will happen? So so many people have started getting registered themselves only in .com. Many people are in US. So when they get registered in .com, like there are GoDaddies and other companies, so we can get registration and hosting around in $10. That is 1,000 rupees Nepali. We can get the domain. But Mercantile, if they take only 300 rupees, around 2 crore rupees, they can get the earn the money 2 crore rupees. While hosting, GoDaddy takes charges around. Uh, it depends upon the size. There is there's virtually nothing that the consumer gets. So what Nepali people are paying is for the bandwidth, huge amount of money is being paid, and for the hosting it's a significant money, around 4-5 crores rupees. Easily they spend that much money, around 10 to 15 crore rupees business volume is going outside. With that money, like they talked about security, payment, payment mode, easy payment mode. It's just a matter of taking initiative and getting it done. Can we take 10-15 minutes extra? Yes, we can. Please make it very short. Initially, I thought that there will become very little interest and we can finish it in on time, but we are spending a lot of time in it. Thank you so much. Adding 15 minutes because it is a very important agenda. I can see many people coming inside the hall as well. Why service is free? It's our commitment to the community of Nepal. Commitment to the poor people of Nepal who are not able to pay 1,000 rupees per month. That's the kind of commitment that we had, and we started with the same commitment. In between, we used there are various security problem and technical problem which is faced by the whole world. Kelvin is from Singapore. We started the same services from this almost same time. We started the same thing with this India also. So we started on the same time. Their concern at the time, our concern and who will use our user. So our commitment was toward the Nepali people, and that's why we are giving that service for free. Why are you willing to pay? Are you? Do you have more money? Like there definitely there is a security problem. We also have commitment towards security. We are working on it. We are updating it. We have hidden masses. We have backups. We have data centers. Compare the infrastructure. Who you want to compare it with? As per the country or compare it with the international level. And another thing is .edu domain. .edu. It's a US extension and we don't have how the process is very lengthy, like control panel controlling it from the initially you started you practiced in between. Process is only of 5 steps: online apply, paper submission, verification, registration, and notification. Only 5 steps process, and we can do, you can do everything online. For few days it is under maintenance, but we'll do it very soon. uh, uh, we don't make it too lengthy, so I would like to say and end your point here. I would like to ask something from the DNI. Mercantile is a private institution. Mercantile is a private institution. DLI is a private institution. What government took the private uh, government took their domain privately, but we personally are not allowed to take the domain. Why? This is started from the private company. Government will not do everything. Private will do the revolution, especially in ICT and internet. When we talked about IGF, it is also a multi-stakeholder approach. It is not only the government. Government is only a part of it. Whatever you are doing, uh, how we can make it more strong by making it a policy, or we are still in a drafting phase. Thank you so much, sir. I'm also in the floor. Baburam, sir. I'm Baburam Arial. For the half of it, I was in the other session, so I'm here. If I've missed something, then I'm sorry to ask this question. For last few days, ccTLD, we have heard that we need to take it to the next level, advanced level. We have heard it in national and international level, and I also try to do it. Rupesh ji, what I want to conclude as a departure point, I thought that we need to find the departure point. Okay, it's okay. Mercantile has bring up to this stage, and we appreciate it for that. Thank you. We should be thankful to Mercantile, but uh, coming ahead, we are in commercial domain. CSR CSR is in CSR area. It should not be there in commercial area. Why you are not willing? Why are you willing to pay the money? That was his question. That is because we want to be secure. We don't want to be in control of anyone, and we don't want to have a biased opinion, like corporate biased. If we are biased, then the whole industry will be in vulnerable situation. There might be variable stakeholders, so that every stakeholder can participate. Mercantile have can participate. Nepal government can participate. Nepal IGF, like we said, Nepal IGF. Similarly, there should be some public corporation has to be developed where Mercantile will participate. Nepal government have the contribution, and government will also have his participation. NPIX is there, NPlog is there. So there are few public trustee and public and commercial enterprises as well. So if we can have a public corporation or a autonomous independent body, then you also talked about integration and security. It will be a minimal security. It will not be some high commercial. If we can, so whatever, whoever are here, all the stakeholder, government, NGOs, commercial sector, ICANN participation is also there. Uh, so how can we rephrase it? How we can restructure, go into a new structure, not maintaining the old legacy. So if we can make a resolution, then our discussion today will be more fruitful, and in the forthcoming years, 2 to 5 years, then if we can jump into that structure, security, integration and viability, then we can move ahead. That's what I think. That's why I put forward my thoughts in the distinguished panel. Thank you. We have a very little time, so I'm so sorry. My question.
Squatting from here is not the साइबर स्क्वाटिङ भन्ने इस्यु यो प्यानलबाट डिस्कस हुनुपर्ने चिज होइन र कन्ज्युमरको राइट्समा त्यो कुरो पर्दैन र जस्तो नेपालमा छ नि के अरे झोलामा खोला भन्छ नि हो त्यस्तै त्यो प्रब्लमले हामी नयाँ ब्लग के भन्छ नयाँ इन्टरनेट नयाँ ब्राउज वेब पोर्टल न्युज पोर्टल खोल्ने मान्छेलाई अब त्यसले दिनै पछि सफर गर्न सक्दैन सफर हुँदैन त्यसको लागि कसैले सोच्दैछ गभर्मेन्टले प्राइभेटले अथवा यी एन्टरप्रेन्योर्सहरूले कसरी सोच्दैछन् टपिक साइबर स्क्वाटिङ
धन्यवाद एकदम राम्रो उठाउनु भयो अब यो चाहिँ अझ एक स्टेप अगाडि
why in Nepal this kind of discussion is going on for the first time. We might have a time to discuss in some other forum, some other platform. You shouldn't. उहाँलाई mic on गर्नु भन्नु न. So this is a very genuine question, and we have very little time to discuss. In one government forum, I got an opportunity, and a police officer said that all the news portals in Nepal compulsory it should be registered in .com.np. Otherwise, government should ban to update their update in the site. Why he said that? When I asked him, he said, who is registering the domain and who is controlling the website? We don't know who is controlling it. That's why if NP is doing it from mercantile, then we can immediately close the domain and we can have control over it. That's why he was saying this thing. So ICANN has one standard, one provision, and in additional, in our local context, regulation for the regulation mechanism and to build the regular mechanism. Is it really necessary? Can we do it or not? I actually also wanted a government voice from it. So whether the localized government can do it or not, I would like to request Samian uh, to uh, to say something.
Jurisdiction.
Okay.
And they want to provide, especially from for crime and other kind of regulation purpose, they want to force people to choose .np. If they want to register news portal, they want to register any business, they have to register compulsory .np, not
Okay.
GLT.
Okay. And you're asking?
And is it compatible with ICANN policy, or it's against the
okay.
ICANN policy?
No, ICANN is not concerned with the sovereign interests of any country. And the issue that you are talking about is specific to Nepal, but the similar issue exists in many other countries. And many countries actually work out bilateral arrangements so that if there's a need for a takedown or something, that can be expedited. But ICANN has no specific role in this. There is a sovereign issue.
थ्याङ्क यू भनेपछि सरकारले रेगुलेटरी मोडालिटी पनि बनाउन सक्ने भयो। तपाईँ हामी चाहिँ फ्रिडम भन्नेहरूलाई पनि एउटा खतराको घन्टी चाहिँ त्यहाँनिर रहेछ। यदि हामीले .np डोमेन ल्यायौँ भने त्यसलाई एडिसनल रेस्ट्रिक्सनहरू पनि हुन सक्ने गभर्मेन्टले त्यो मेकानिजम बनाउन सक्ने रहेछ है भने अब यसपछि चाहिँ म हामीले विषयमा जोडेको आइडिएनको नेपालमा यो एकदमै कम चर्चा हुने भएकोले आइडिएनलाई चाहिँ मैले बसको एकदमै थोरै मात्रै समय एलोकेट गर्न चाहेको हुँ। र आइडिएन हाम्रो कन्टेक्स्टमा ccTLD नै हामीले कसरी युज गर्ने, यसबाट कसरी बेनिफिट लिने भन्ने कुरामा अझै प्रश्न भइ नसकेको अवस्थामा आइडिएनबाट चाहिँ हामीले कसरी चाहिँ बेनिफिट लिन सक्छौँ भन्ने विषयमा चाहिँ हाम्रो हेमपाल सरले अलिकति बताइदिनुहुन्छ कि?
हेलो, धन्यवाद। यो अहिले जसरी हामी अहिलेको परिप्रेक्ष्यमा नेपाल हामी सङ्घीयतामा गएर हरेक भाषा हरेक
all the language and act accordingly. If you go to Canada, then the bilingual system. So everything has to be done in French and English. And in other countries also there are that kind of provision. In our country, we we use English language by default. But when we go to the federal system, the kind of opportunity we have is that we can have the script in all language and all ethnic language as well, so that they can make their own identity and own place. Talking about domain name, like Samir also said, dot Bharat, dot Bharat. Previously it was just IN, now it is Bharat. So when we register it in Nepal, and it is in a Devanagari Lipi, and I don't know Arabic numerical ABCD, then how can we write? How can, whether to give access to those people or not is also a very important question. If they don't know English at all, then then the kind of knowledge that we have in the internet, can we deprive them of the knowledge that is there in the internet or not? That, but we need to work a lot for it. So IDM one objective is to all the language, Chinese, Russian, Devanagari, all these language. For example, if I do in Devanagari, Nepali, Hindi, Marathi, in case of language, these languages are available in this available here, and this script can be used. Like in the security issues that you were discussing here, language can also be a very important. Do you know what lukta is? Lukta is how it will take care of the security system. The non-character of is how we can attack the non-character thing. Whether it is a very serious matter, and a serious discussion is needed for this. Let me finish. And for the IBM, he is also here. Samiram is also here. Around 2 months back in Nepal, there was a meeting hosted by ICANN, and from all the South Asian language expert and technology expert were there. From very senior level to very young people were present, and using the Devanagari script, and which are the language, which are the script are being used, and how, what are the things that make it secure, and what are the things that make it insecure, and what laws can be made, and how can use that language. Now we have a draft in Nepal also. We also have a small group. Suraji is here associated with, and which is associated with that. 9-10 people are. We have a association, and for working for many months, we have drafted a report. And like Samiran said, until October, we are planning to submit this to ICANN, and after that, Nepal, we will get Nepal, like in Devanagari. But for CC, like in CCTV, government should not stay back, because it's a Nepal's property, and government should take interest, and they should have a progressive approach to it. How they are going to publicize it, do the promotion. It can also be used for Limbu language or other language as well. In Newari also Unicode is being approved. Newari Lipi also we will have Unicode. We will have a domain name in Newari. It is in process. So I'd like to request everyone that you all have to join us. Only 6-7 people working on it is not enough. We will not be able to work in English every time. So let's give priority to our mother language, our own language, and use this opportunity. Thank you. It is a very important discussion, and there are a lot of things that has to be told, and there are also a lot of questions uh, the, that are need to be answered. But I'm feeling really bad that I'm not able to get this all together. So at least we need to have 2 to 3 hours for this session. for the today's session, what I concluded is our identity, our pride, our financial benefits, perspective, and managerial benefit perspective, ccTLD is very important for us. We need to promote it. That's the conclusion that we all came up. And from the private sector, there are a lot of initiative has been taken, and for the initiative we need to thank Mercantile. That is another conclusion that we have. And another is there are a lot of things that the government needs to be has to do, and uh, and what can be other well organized solution. Let's start discussion on that. That is also one important point that came in the discussion. And IDM is our future. Mm, and we are still discussing on ccTLD, but IBM is our future. We need to be prepared for it. That is the conclusion for it. Do you have any do you agree on it? So I would like to uh, I'd like to end this session here. Thank you, panelists, and thank you all the guests. Namaste. I have a small announcement here. After this session, whoever are online registered friends, we have a bag that is the token of love. So please get that bag and continue the session. Thank you. Can't we distribute it online? The bags as well? Whoever get the whoever get registered online, that can be given online as well, but it is only virtual one.